In today's episode, I am cooking up something real special for you all to share, to recreate in your own craft rooms. We are going to be making a faux carrot cake for this spring season. The steps are really easy to follow and all of my supplies are from the Dollar Tree, so this is an affordable project for our fun and fast today. All right, now let's get crafting. Our supplies to make the carrot cake are 2 different size containers from the Dollar Tree, some carrots, some caulk, and some spackle. You're going to need to take your smaller container and you're going to put some hot glue all the way around that rim and then glue it to the bottom of your larger container. Make sure that they're centered before the hot glue dries and it locks into place, because I almost had it happen to me. So make sure you shift it around and get it into place. And then we're going to remove the lid off of our spackle and use a silicone spatula to apply it to the container. Now, funny enough, this just worked out really great that the glitter on this container actually allowed the spackle to stick on there even better. It had something to hold on to. So it wasn't such a terrible thing that that was on there. But we're going to go ahead and just continue to smooth it out all over it and just keep playing with it until you get the texture that you would like it to look like, so it represents and resembles frosting. Once you've gone all the way around the bottom one, come up to the top and continue to just work around that smaller upper layer of your cake. Now we're going to take some water and smooth out any spaces that might need some smoothing where it looks a little too rough. I just like to just dip my finger into a cup of water next to me and I just keep playing with it until I get that consistency of frosting. Now at the very top, I decided to shift some of the spackle so that I can make sure that the carrot bonds well to the container, and that way it really locks in there and stays on without falling off. At this point, you can see the rims of our little cake we're making. They look a little raw, they look a little rough. So we are going to now take the caulk and I'm just going in a swirling, simple motion to create this frosted edge. Now, a fun fact about me and my family, my mom, being as crafty as she is, when she was younger, before she had kids, she decided to take a cake decorating class, and then it became one of her side businesses that she would do growing up. So my mom actually made wedding cakes, I mean, whatever you can think of, and we always had the coolest birthday cakes because my mom had this skill. So we're now going to do a really simple stroke with our caulk to create more frosting. You're going to push it out so it balls up into a clump and then drag before you release the pressure. That is going to create a really beautiful motion in the frosting and make it look like a real cake. So I'm just building up all the frosting around those 2 top layers and then around the base. You can see that I pulled out parchment paper because we want to make sure that that caulk is going to dry without getting stuck to something. So once you've gone all the way around, everything is dry. I honestly just let it dry overnight, so I didn't have any issues with it. You then can come in with some white paint and just simply paint the entire thing white. This is going to make sure that you're locking everything in. It looks really good, and at this point, it really does look like frosting. Now we're going to pull out some flax seeds and some Mod Podge, and we are going to create that nutty look on the side of a carrot cake. I like to just pour my Mod Podge into my lid cap, and then I'm going to only focus on the sides of the cake, not where we put the caulk. Okay, here's a fun fact, friends. I know that eggs are super expensive right now. Did you know that flax seeds are a substitute for eggs? You add some water to it and it gets the same consistency as an egg. So look it up online. I'm actually borderline vegan. I'm 100% vegetarian, but borderline vegan. And so flax seeds is a substitute that I use when I bake. So look it up if you're having a hard time finding eggs. I thought it was funny to kind of mention it. So you can see that I went all the way around the cake on the top layer and the bottom layer. And now I'm putting in that hot glue and I'm just nestling that carrot down in there. And now, at this point, I've decided to make sure that flaxseed's really bonded on there well and it doesn't rub off over time. I'm going to come in with one more layer of Mod Podge, and I'm going to put one more layer of that flaxseed on there. This is going to create a double layer, really locking it in and making it look high quality, and it's going to trick a lot of people when they first see it, thinking that this is a real mini cake. Now at this point, once I've gone all the way around, doubled up that flaxseed on there, you're going to want to just let it dry, let it do its thing, and set it to the side. But before I walk away from the project, you want to make sure that the caulk that you did around it to make it look like that frosting detail, you want to make sure you just clean it up some. So we're going to just take a wipey, wipe off anywhere where the flaxseed or the Mod Podge might have accidentally gotten on it, and then come back in with the white paintbrush and just clean it up a little bit. This is going to make it look really finished and polished. I love a good finished project because this is when it really starts to come to life. Also, I wanted to share that when I'm done, I always like to wipe out the lid, making sure that there's nothing in there. And it also keeps your Mod Podge from getting too goopy where you can't close it and open it very easily. And then just screw that on. And here is the finished look of our carrot cake. I truly hope that you give this a try and that you enjoy this fun and fast episode today. This project was such a treat to make, and the longest step really is just waiting for the caulk and the spackle to dry. But in between all those other things, this project is so easy to make. If you didn't know, and this is your first time watching a fun and fast episode, I actually have a playlist that I have put together with all of my past fun and fast episodes. I am doing this as a new series here on my channel, and it will be going all throughout 2023. Now I'm going to recommend a couple videos here at the end. Don't forget to give this a thumbs up and click the subscribe button if you haven't already. And until the next episode, bye friends.